One of Us is a dialogue podcast profiling people in and around the Diocese of Wilmington. It also appears in writing in the print edition and online at thedialogue.org. The featured subject could be someone who works behind the scenes at your church or school or diocese, volunteers at the parish, or is a regular churchgoer or longtime parish member. Do you want to suggest a person to be profiled? My name is Mike Lang, and I'm a staff writer here at The Dialogue. Drop an email to me at mlang@thedialogue.org or call 302-295-0637 if you have a suggestion for an interview subject. Virginia O'Shea is a parishioner of Immaculate Heart of Mary in North Wilmington. She was nominated as a One of Us candidate by Joe Owens, the editor of The Dialogue. So, Virginia, just tell us a little bit about what you do here at the diocese and how long you've been here.
Okay, Mike. I'm the production coordinator for The Dialogue, which essentially means what it sounds like. I take everything, news, advertising, billing, and with the help of my colleagues, I coordinate it so that we get our message out. I've been here for 20 years. Before that, I was at the Catholic Standard and Times in Philadelphia, and before that, I worked in the communications for the Archdiocese of Philadelphia.
So, a long-time church employee.
Yes, 40 years.
So, you mentioned Philadelphia. Just tell us a little bit about growing up in Philadelphia and your background, where you parish you belong to and schools and all that stuff.
Well, I grew up in a neighborhood called Wissahickon, which is up the hill from Manayunk. If you're familiar with Manayunk, then you'll know that I'm not lying when I say that I walked to school a mile in a snowstorm, both up and downhill. I went to St. Joseph School, which was a Polish parish in Manayunk. My family is Polish and Irish. I went to John W. Hallahan Catholic Girls High School, and a few years after I got out of school, I got hired by the Archdiocese of Philadelphia.
So how did you end up in Wilmington?
Good question. I think God sends us where we're supposed to be, and I'd kind of reached a time at my job in Philadelphia where I wasn't really happy. I was looking for something different to do. And then a friend of mine told me that there was an opening here at the Dialogue, and I had previously lived in Delaware, and I liked Delaware. So I applied for the job, and I was hired, and I've been happy here ever since.
So you live in North Wilmington, member of IHM.
Mm-hmm.
What kinds of things do you, are you involved in anything at IHM?
Not really, not yet. We just moved into IHM and just registered. My husband and I would love to have more time to volunteer and be involved with the parish. We've been spending some time on a family mission for the past few years, cleaning out my in-laws' possessions. So it takes away from our potential volunteer time, but we're hoping after we're done with that project, that we'll be able to do more stuff with the parish.
This is a little different for me because I know your husband, but just tell us about...
You know my husband.
Tell us your husband's name and then also about your family.
Okay, my husband is Tom O'Shea. We met working for the Archdiocese of Philadelphia. He now works for the Camden Diocese, doing what I do at the Camden Catholic newspaper, the Catholic Star Herald. We've been married for 14 years. I have a daughter from a previous marriage. Her name is Laura. She works in radio. I'm very proud of her. And he moved to Delaware to come be with me, and we've both been very happy here ever since.
So what is the most important part of your spirituality?
I guess the most important part of my spirituality is that you live your faith every day in everything you do, even when you're not aware of it. You take your values and you apply them to how you deal with people, whether it's a clerk in the Acme, or if it's someone on the bus or someone that you're talking to on the phone. You should always carry the love of Jesus in what you do, even when you're angry. You should always try to be the face of Jesus to other people.
And what is it that keeps you going in your connection with the church?
I think through my work at the Dialogue, dealing with the people in the diocese is what keeps me going. There's some wonderful people in our diocese. It's a big diocese in terms of travel time. It's 3 hours from the top to the bottom. But yet when I get to talk to people at different parishes on the Eastern Shore or down in Sussex or Kent, I always feel such a wonderful connection, and it really makes me happy to be able to connect them with other folks in the diocese. Like I said, coordinate. It just really makes me happy to I don't know, I'm going off on a tangent now, but to keep the diocese connected, keep the people connected, show people of faith what other people of faith in their community are doing.
So if you could change one thing in your life as a Catholic, what would it be? Have you ever thought about this or not?
I've never really thought about that. I guess there's always room for more spiritual growth. Take time to read more. I don't have enough time to read, so probably to do more reading. I like the Carmelite saints. I should probably delve into them a little bit more.
So a question that just popped into my head, because I told you we might have a couple of these.
Yes.
You've worked for the church a long time.
Yes.
Who are some of the more noteworthy Catholics that you met? Obviously, working here, we see Bishop Koenig all the time. So we see other bishops that are in Wilmington or whatever. And you worked in Philadelphia. Who's like the most well known that people in either here or nationwide might know?
Well, I worked for John Cardinal Kroll. People may remember him from back in the day, and he was a very prominent church statesman. Through him, I met Cardinal Glemp from Poland, and also, many other visiting dignitaries. My husband has a better Catholic connection. His grandmother was a cook for the nuns up at Nazareth Academy, and she got to cook for Pope John Paul II many, many years ago. Let's see. I've met a lot of bishops, very nice guys. We're very fortunate here. I've worked for 3 bishops here in the Diocese of Wilmington. All have been just so lovely, such kind, pastoral men. We've been very lucky in that respect. One of the, not really a church celebrity, but when I worked in communications for the Archdiocese of Philadelphia, I got a phone call one day from someone who said, "My name is Carter Merbreyer, but you might recognize me better as Captain Noah." And Captain Noah was a local TV show for kids. Well, for all the interesting people and all the world people I had met, I was so excited to be on the phone with Captain Noah. I put him on hold, and I was screaming to everybody in the office, "Oh my gosh, it's Captain Noah, it's Captain Noah." So, and it's not just the celebrities. I've met some just really lovely people, kind people. Mailroom clerk in Philadelphia who would do anything for people. We used to say that he was Jesus in disguise. Volunteers and people I've met here, just really nice people.
Did you send a picture to dear old Captain Noah?
No, I was too shy.
Oh. I used to watch Captain Noah when I was a kid.
Yeah.
I mean, he was bigger in Philadelphia than Captain Kangaroo. He was,
and
huge.
he also was man of faith. He was a Presbyterian minister, so he got to take faith aspects and work them into his TV show, and fool everybody.
Might be time to hit YouTube to watch some old Captain Noah.
Yes.
So, obviously, you, pardon me, have met a lot of people. So, if maybe your neighbors or friends, not Catholic, come to you and say, "Why should I be a Catholic?" or "Why are you Catholic?" What do you tell them?
I think I would tell them that despite all the human failings, not only in the church and in the world, that what the faith is really all about is Jesus' love. And if they wanted to feel love, the Catholic Church is a good place to start. A Catholic community is a good place to start. You'll find wonderful people who live out the corporal works of mercy, the gospel every day. So really, if you can put aside all the earthly failings and you're looking for a community of love, that's what you get in the Catholic Church.
And finally, what does your faith mean to you?
My faith means everything to me. It ebbs and it flows, but it's always there. I'm always in a conversation with God. Sometimes I'm angry with Him. Sometimes I'm joyful and grateful with Him. But it's always part of my everyday life.
Well, Virginia, it's been kind of weird interviewing you, but this was good.
No, this is nice, Mike. Thank you very much.
Thanks. We want to thank everybody for joining One of Us, a profile on people who support the church in the Diocese of Wilmington. Don't forget to follow us online at thedialogue.org for your latest in Catholic news and features.